States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Did you look at the minutes, Gary?
Yeah. I didn't see anything. You?
No, is that a motion to approve?
Yep, motion to approve.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
He's out here. There he is.
All right, ready? How about?
Megan.
Hi. I'm gonna pop you in the corner. There you go. Clear in the corner. You're coming up to the corner. Barb, can I sit next to you?
Absolutely.
I'm cutting out after this, so.
Absolutely.
Is Sue coming in?
Yeah.
She's coming. She was making hot chocolate.
Oh. Oh, there you go. See what happens if we don't accept her resignation.
I tried that.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sue. You're up right away.
Okay. Did you guys already do the
Minutes and village, yeah.
what?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You are on time. I needed some hot cocoa. Okay, I'm up right away, and I am up with some sad news of the resignation request of Miss Megan Hall. And I have her letter here. And I revised it. It says on there with a last date request of November 3rd, but since then she's told me November 10th.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yep. Which is good because Ray can have a training conference that week, and so there'll still be an attorney in the office while they're gone. So I'll still be there for that.
Well, that's good of you to give this much notice rather than say, yeah, resignation 5 minutes ago.
No,
So,
I wouldn't have done that. I have appreciated the opportunity to serve Benton County for the last 2 years. It was a really perfect first job to have, and I think a really good stepping stone. I'm just ready for my next opportunity, and it's a little closer to home.
So where do you live?
I live in Lynn County, so I'll go from about a 40-mile drive to about a 10-mile drive.
Especially with winter coming, that would be nice.
Yeah. 380 is not the most fun in the winter. It feels a little bit like a NASCAR game, and I'm like the pilot car, like, guys, slow down. So, but I do appreciate my time here.
as we appreciate the service you gave Benton County.
You know, I've worked with her now for 9 months, and I have to say, she's incredibly talented young lawyer. It's really sad losing her. You know, I've worked with a lot of different lawyers in my 36 years, and she is as good as it gets. So I know she's gonna go far in life.
Good, good. Well, with reluctancy, I'll accept her resignation.
Second.
Unfortunately, we'll vote. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you for your
Thank you.
service.
Sure. I'm coming over. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Gary.
Thank you.
You get tired of it down there, come on back.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank
you very much.
Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.
Barbara, you're up.
I'd like to set a land use hearing date for Cody and Jessica Randall for Tuesday, October 31st at 9:15. think I forwarded the information to you. And
Yep.
also the driveway information, so you do have it.
Mhm.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Motion to accept.
No.
The
To
date.
set the date?
Oh.
Okay.
Tuesday, October 31st at 9:15.
Okay, second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
And that, we're a few minutes early. How about the, Sip Sea Travelers, you got that handy?
See you guys. Have a good day.
Can't do anything till it's time.
This can't be it. Oh, wait a minute, October, duh.
We are in October.
You got me for a loop on the September deal yet, so.
I'll make a motion that we approve the Class C retail alcohol license for the Tipsy Traveler for the dates as indicated.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Do you need these initialed, or you just need to sign it?
Yeah.
Number 6, I want to wait till Myron's there. I was kind of hoping Myron will be here for the number 4. He won't be here till 10, so.
Tell me when you're going to do
Well, it's nothing.
Initial that one too.
All of us?
Yes.
Matt, are you in a horrible hurry to get back? Well, what Tracy is indicating is he would like to have the county engineer here as we discuss what you're on the agenda for. And he's not scheduled till 10 o'clock. We could table you until then.
So, it's up to you guys.
Maybe see if Myron's earlier.
I was gonna call him right now. You gonna call him?
Go ahead.
He probably won't answer.
There you go. And give those back to Tracy. These.
Don't answer. Well, we can begin. I know he was down there doing some digging right before chopping started on your road. And then you guys started chopping silage and he had to pull off to get out of your way. So, why don't you take it from there?
Okay. I just was asked to come here on behalf of the owners of Genosaurus, the employees of Genosaurus, as well as some neighbors that have made comments on the road. That starts at the intersection of 78th going south on 22nd. There's a stretch of about 2,600 feet that has seen a dramatic increase in the amount of traffic that it receives, as well as I know there's a house being built at the end of the road. There's the digester people who are building a facility on that road. And due to the increase of traffic on it, the road conditions have become, from time to time, unsafe. Sometimes when there's enough moisture in the road, it becomes a single lane road. I, as well as the others, would ask for something be done with it. Paving would be a preferred route. Just a rough numbers of what we estimate that pass on that road now is about 5,000 semi-loads per year, about 300,000 tons per year, or about 600 million pounds travel on that road every year at this point. So with that, if you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer.
Now, when you feed the cattle, you use a tractor and silage wagon, or do you use a truck?
Tractor and feed wagon.
I think you got two of them, right?
And the operator of that is not a fan of the road, especially with the digging out of the ditches and everything. If he slides into one of them, he's concerned.
The road that goes past the dairy, from the dairy out to the highway, that's set up really well. I don't know what they did there, but it's really done well.
How far did they get down on the ditch cleaning going south? How far did they get where they had to pull off there?
Pretty far. I don't know for sure, because I don't come past a certain point very often, but I think they did get pretty far. But yeah, like that main road that goes in front of the dairy to the highway, I actually think there's now more traffic that goes down that 22nd than that main one.
Because of the silage.
The silage, and then all the feed there goes back up, everything that comes in goes back out, but not on the main road.
Well, Marvin's gonna be down there. Is that next year? Pave the road going to Hannon Lake
I don't know.
into the south end of the county.
He's gotta have a base underneath it first. To me, that's the whole problem.
Well, yeah, I think that road on the north side is about this thick with the, I mean, it shows. It's a good road. It's really holding up better than the road north of Blairstown or south of Blairstown.
Best thing is we get back to Myron, talk to him about it. Just throwing some ideas out. I don't know. The Blairstown corner, they're grinding the old concrete up, which they're using that for bedding underneath the new highway, which I get that, but you still got a pile of asphalt there. For some reason, they don't want to use it. I know they want to get rid of it.
I think they can only use a certain percentage according to the DOT
Okay.
regulations. I know a lot of it's been hauled out past the landfill down that road, I don't know where.
Quite a bit of it's been hauled off.
Is it ground?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I was by the other day, it looked like it was down quite a ways.
Okay, so I know they've been grinding the cement up.
Yeah.
I haven't been watching anyway on that part of it. So maybe there's a way that we could get maybe some of that again. We did that here 3 years ago, I believe. Over by Atkins, they did a road. And that's so far been holding up really well. But I don't know, like I said, that there again, that's something that's Myron's expertise, definitely not mine. But I know in the spring, you know, like you said, that road does get muddy. And it needs to be a good base underneath it to hold everything up. You know, and then Myron mentioned here, probably a month ago, that they were down in that area doing some culverts, and they were cleaning the ditches out in your area, and they had to pull out. They didn't get done what they wanted to do because you start chopping. So, the best thing I could,
Who's the adjacent property owners?
they own it all.
They own,
No, there's,
The stuff to the east is farm owned, well, not all of it, but some of it's farm owned, most of it.
Myron Seek lives down the road to the east. You go another mile, his place is on the corner. Not that it really, I don't think it really bothers him because he goes straight.
you get your plat.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
B. Sinclair. It's right where it meets. Right there. Right here's the line.
Do you want to table him and do anything so she
Sure.
can, she's busy?
Well, you don't have to find it right now.
It looks like Larry Hagan's got 3/4 of a mile. He'd have a 1/4 mile of that. This is an old plat book too, so that don't mean exact. I'm sure Larry ain't sold anything. And, Loretta Vaught owns 30 acres on the corner. And I know what you were getting to, that I guess we got somewhat of a policy that 50%. The owners of both sides of the road would pay 50%, and the county would stand the other 50%.
But it doesn't mean the owners have to pay 50%. It's a 50-50. We don't care who pays their 50,
Yeah,
basically what it amounts to. If it's the property owners or somebody wants to step up to the plate.
so why don't we get Myron working on it, then I can deal with you maybe directly, or let Myron know. I'm not down at Blairstown as much as I've been. Once a week I go to Hannah Lake. We're getting close to that project's getting done, so I have not been down there that much, so. But let me get with Myron, get him thinking which way to go, and then I can swing by, see how far they got the road cleaned out, you know, and maybe, you know, we can get something done yet this fall as for, you know, get some large 2-3 inch stones for a base in there.
Yeah, I would agree, a base would be a start.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
'Cause I know it was last time I was this early spring when we were getting moisture, it was bad, so. Okay. Sound good, Matt?
Sounds good.
Why don't you write your cell phone number down somewhere? That way I know how to get a hold of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hannah's on there, next.
Yep.
Thank you, Matt.
All right, thank
Yeah,
you.
Thank you.
So with proofing the ballots and such, it was brought to my attention the date where it says fiscal year ending June 30th, 2024. Should actually be 2025, because we're currently in the tax collection year that's gonna end June 30th, 2024. And I think back when these were all drafted, that was our intent, was we were hoping to be that done when we originally passed that resolution. So, and I talked with Ray and the Secretary of State, and in order for us to get that change on the ballot, considering the scrivener's error, she had her EMS Advisory Council approve that language change, and then I would need you guys to amend that resolution, and that's what we're changing, the 2024 to 2025. And luckily, it's before the ballots are printing, but we're ready to give the printer the okay today, so. As long as you guys okay that?
You're changing that on the fiscal year to 2025.
Yep, because if it passes this November, tax collection will start July 1 of 24 through June 30th of 25. And then also, I wanted to make a note, there's been a lot of questions calling about the verbiage about, you know, the 68 cents per $1,000 of the assessed valuation on all taxable property. That language was taken from the Iowa Code section, so that is how they wanted the language to read. And I know there's just been a few, I don't know if they're gonna still trickle in, I talked with the assessor's office, but it's on chapter 422D and 422D-1, 2, that's exactly how it's worded, so that's why we're wording it that way. Because it's, you don't really tax the assessed value, but that's what you base the rollbacks to get the taxable valuation on. So that's what's kind of confusing people. I just want to make a point, because I'm sure that might come up again. So you can confirm, and I can give you that with that code section, but that's just how the verbiage reads. So if you guys are good, I would like you to amend the resolution 2354 with the new resolution 2370, which Sue just printed it out for me. And it's basically, that's all I'm changing is the date, but yet I put how we originally adopted it on that 2354 back in June, so.
I would move that we amend 2024 to what's the other one?
To 2025. We want it to read year 2025.
2025.
Okay. I'll second his motion.
Okay, by resolution,
Primer, aye.
Beershank, aye.
Seaman, aye.
All right, thank you for coming in. You left me that letter. Tracy
that-
has it.
Yeah, that letter is.
Gotcha. We'll keep
Do
it
you-
with all that stuff.
Do you need me to email it to you as well?
I think the hard copy will be fine.
Okay,
I just want to keep it with our stuff with the election packet,
yep, okay.
so we had our documentation. Thanks, Anna.
Thank you.
If you guys get any calls, do you want a copy of that or anything? Or you can refer.
Of what's that?
If you get any questions on that,
Of the resolution?
well, just on that verbiage and stuff. And another thing is we cannot call it a special countywide, it has to be named the city school election because that's what it is. So on our website, we're trying to promote it as best we can. We'll put county measure, because we have 5 public measures. So it's just kind of, I'm afraid some of the voters, you know, they just see city school and they're like, well, what do we have? If they live in the city, they don't think they have anything to vote on, but they have their school and the county, so.
I'll take a copy if you got a copy.
I'm gonna highlight that area for you.
Yeah.
5 minutes, got any reports?
We gotta do the Highway 3218 intersection yet. We don't?
Gonna wait for Ray, or not Ray, Myron.
Okay.
At ACAP. So I had that one. I also had, oh God, workforce development. So,
Okay. Gary?
Yeah, I'm getting it. I thought I had it. Well, I had the regional government board meeting. We had a retreat, so it was kind of a short meeting, long retreat. We had a really good attorney that was doing it. Took a couple hours. That's about all I had.
I got a question for you two guys. Noticed last week that food pantry's gonna have their Boy Scouts again collecting food, and you know how much food they get. Where are we gonna go with it?
what time of year is that? Isn't
I
that-
believe it's in November or
Okay.
October. I know they're asking early, but they, you know, the last umpteen years, we've been taking away their spots, their honey holes where they can store it. You know, which I get it, but
You can't
it's
keep
been
all,
going through my,
you can't keep it all back for one,
they need someplace to put it when it comes in.
right. But you can't keep it for a year just for that time.
No. Well, they need someplace now, and you don't want to keep it in the hallway. I get that, that can't happen.
Well,
They're
it's
already using the hallway, you know what I mean?
in between.
Yep, that's where their racks are right now.
How long is it here? How long is it for?
Well, until they just get rid of it, but usually it's probably 1 to 2 months, I'd say.
Is,
All depends how much they get.
Right.
is there anything, down like in north of the jailhouse or anything like that that they could utilize?
They don't want to, they want to keep it here.
Correct. How much stuff is left in that passageway?
It's full, I mean, it just,
I mean, there's stuff in there, furniture, et cetera.
yeah.
Do we really need to keep all that stuff? Can it be piled up a little more?
I guess there's desk in there, I know, and I think the filing cabinets are somewhat in there. These lights. I guess the only two thoughts, not quick fixes, but something fairly quick, was one, I really didn't want it in here to help them up, I didn't want that. And the next thing, talking to Cody, I haven't done that yet, because he's got that big room. You know, that's still under lock and key, but it'd have to be up to Cody to say, yes, they can do it, or no, they can't. And then, you know, that's a big enough room, they could stack the tables in the center that won't disturb him and his clients. And they only could get in there when Cody's there, because I would not want them to have a key to get in there. It's just, I'm throwing these ideas out, is what I'm doing.
Maybe after the meeting, could we walk down, look at that passageway?
Okay.
See if we can consolidate, because in the past, they've used one of the offices and they've set it on tables.
Yes.
That kind of thing.
Yes,
And I'm just wondering
okay,
if maybe they
okay.
can get by. And they're here today too, so, you know, maybe
Okay.
someone there could give us input.
figure it'll be a matter of time before they catch me, so.
Yeah, I know, I get it. So, okay,
Just wanted to throw that out.
let's check it out after the meeting.
Okay, Sue, what is it, Sue? Who we got next?
We have
9:30.
our.
Public
budget
hearing.
amendment,
Public hearing,
Fiscal year 24 budget amendment.
okay?
So, let's see. As you know, the different departments have come in. Here's what was published. Here's the resolution. Do you want me to go through again to remind you?
Probably wouldn't hurt.
Okay,
You got a copy of it?
yeah, go ahead. I have my little cheat notes. So we have amendment for the collections department for the new salaries in there. They had some IT software, some postage. So then they had to up their health insurance, so that was some of theirs. We had conservation. She had offset some revenue with some REAP grants. I know the big one originally had that, we did adjust that just in time. So that's
Hi.
part of
Hello.
hers. Morning.
We was wondering if we could use all the tables and we make sure that everything's back where it's supposed to be and everything.
For when?
The last Saturday of this month.
I'll talk to you after the meeting, okay?
Okay.
We just kinda discussed it, okay? So I'll talk to you when we get
Okay,
done,
thank you.
okay? Sorry about that.
Oh, you're fine. So there was some conservation amendments. We had the VA, she had another pass-through of $5,000. The Veterans Affairs, Transportation, Dean needed his software. And then we had some other software we added that we talked with Sue, they had time and attendance. Then we had the public health request. And then I added some for special county elections, just because we had a couple specials that weren't planning on, so I was gonna cushion that. I increased some in the juvenile probation, which we know that's kind of taken a hit. And then some in the mental health that Mona had talked to you guys about, just tweaking some of those. Some of them had the revenue, some didn't. So I know public health come and talk to you. Dean was in, Sue was in. This one was from, if you want that public health spreadsheet, it's kind of small, but.
I don't know what that was about.
And then there's Ray's breakdown. Collections. And then the Pioneer Cemetery, remember he come in for that 1,050? That was another department. Because what you're seeing is lump sum by the
Mhm.
service area.
Mhm.
I just gotta do all the journal entries yet.
But correct me if I'm wrong, we can go ahead and amend this. It doesn't mean you're gonna spend it, correct?
Correct, it doesn't mean you're giving them the authority.
Correct.
If you don't want to.
That's what I wanted to hear.
And once I publish that in the paper, we just can't go above that.
Right.
But you guys would be the one, once I do that journal entry, it will increase their spending authority.
Yep. Because the conservation, that's for the building at Hannon, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had the money in their, you could more or less say in their savings account.
For that
They just-
land
yeah.
acquisition, and I did put it for transfer into that one too,
Okay.
so. If you see in the transfers ins and out, that was basically from land
The building's
acquisition.
about done, isn't it?
Now it's the inside work. I have not been down there for a week, but we're getting sidetracked.
And obviously the mental health one, we're gonna get
Yep.
reimbursed.
Yep.
From the region. And some of that same with Shelby's grants, if she was applying for them, I told her to go ahead and put that in there just in case we don't wanna do a budget amendment right away again,
Mhm.
so. But they're under the understanding if we don't get that grant, they won't spend that.
Mhm.
6,000 mailing I put out of your supervisor's budget, that's for the new requirement for the budgets I have to send out to every taxpayer. According to what district they live in, I have to notify them of the school, the city, and the county's levy that they're proposing in their budgets. That was with that new house file. So I put in $6,000 for a mailing, because that's gonna cost us. All these things they're mandating, like, they're wanting to cut us, but yet we're having to increase costs in other ways.
Well, mailing, that,
For
that's
tax-
costly.
It's for taxpayers, yeah, so you have to mail them that by March 15th, even though the budgets don't have to be done until April 30th. We have to notify them of our maximum levy proposition. So we're gonna have to be ahead of the game for budgets this year.
So we'll close the public hearing.
There's nobody, I have not heard anything from the public or anything.
Can't
Me neither.
All right. I don't know, we act on this, do we?
Yeah, you have to approve the resolution to adopt this
Okay.
amendment.
Okay.
Do we have to have a motion to close the hearing?
You already closed it.
I closed it.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so you need a motion to approve the resolution
The amended.
for the amended budget.
Yep,
It's a motion I made.
okay.
Second.
By resolution,
Primer, aye.
Beershank, aye.
Seaman, aye. You got it right here.
I think we gotta sign something, don't we?
Yep. Oh, and I have to put that for that insurance settlement in there too. Just in case for insurance funding. That was one of them. Just in case we have to. Thank you.
So how's that gonna work whenever we got all these other expenses and we got our budget limited?
So what that does is basically, that's why we have fund balance reserves, because we can't change our levies. So we have to utilize the cash that's in our fund balances to pick up the extra.
That's fine for this year. Next
We
year.
have reserves right at this point, but yeah, that's why it's so important to have reserves, because you have emergency situations come up, and if we don't have those reserves, we can't change our levies at this point because we're already collecting taxes.
It's kind of funny that we're using our reserves for the state rules.
Well, not all of them are the state rules, but yeah, some of those costs are,
Yeah,
just like the new homestead credit. We're eating that, even though the state approved that. We're not gonna get those tax dollars from that new credit.
quite a deal.
Well, I'll go to some reports. No, nothing new on the towers. We didn't have no meeting last week. Glenn, our guy, was on the road. I had Eastern Iowa Trust Fund, pretty quiet there. They're starting to get some of the grant money for the next fiscal year of doing projects and everything. And then I also had EasyCog. They started Monday of last week getting their third floor building down there for their remodel.
The one down that they have,
Yeah,
it's been a while since I've been in there.
yeah, they're gutting it. So, October meeting is gonna have it, don't know where. and they're shooting to have this remodel job done by Thanksgiving. So that's, so it was kinda, I felt sorry for the people that were on Zoom that day that didn't actually come to the meeting in person, because the building was gutted, and they had tables set up just like this with chairs, and the TV and the camera, and it was loud, it echoed like you were in a machine shed. It was hard for the ones on Zoom to hear anybody in the table, because everything was gone. Tables, desks, wall dividers, it was loud. That's about it for me.
Got high ceilings in there too, don't it?
Yep.
Well, I think that don't help any, I think it hurts. Because, just, whatever.
And as for the Hannon shop, to my knowledge, it's totally enclosed on the outside,
It is.
so.
They got the doors in and everything.
Last time I was down there, like I said, they were mudding on the drywall, which that's gotta be done by now. They probably, I don't know if they got it painted, the room's painted already, but I do know they were having trouble finding somebody to lay the ceramic tile in the bathrooms. Whoever they had a bid from, or whatever, that,
They must have been painting the day I was down there in the bathrooms because the doors were open, letting air in and out,
okay, well, yeah, see, that was the other thing that I, noticed when I was down there for my walkthrough, that my suggestion is they're gonna have to get some kind of vent system in there, because they got a power vent on the ceiling. There's no windows, of course, just a steel door. So I said, when that power vent is running to get the moisture out, where's it gonna get air? They never thought of that, so. I said, okay, I just happened to seen this, and I give them kind of what I would do. So I said, you guys talk it over. But I said, you need to vent it somehow to get air into the room when you got an exhaust fan taking air out, so.
They got floor heat in that, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
I sent you that, from Jennifer Fensel, right? About that watershed stuff?
From a couple weeks ago?
No, just this recently,
No.
because are we, we're not participating?
Oh, that stuff, yeah, that's the Tama County stuff.
Mhm. But did you see we're not listed now
Oh,
in her list?
okay,
But you guys are okay with that, right?
yeah,
'Cause
that's
we haven't
the,
paid that money, so I
Yeah.
think that's why they took
Yeah.
us off that list.
that's the Tama County,
That new one that
Watershed.
they're trying to, yeah. But she did fill out that paid bonding, so I did go ahead and forward that on.
that one?
Yep. So I emailed it to that person on that list.
Okay. And to Rick. That's a copy of the bond for our problem.
You guys going on the conservation tour next Monday?
I'm not.
I'll be in other training in Riverside, but.
That's for that WMA the one that's in Tama County, we have only got about 1.5 miles of the Iowa River that's in Benton County, south of Belton.
Yeah, you go west of Hannon Lake and it's about a mile, mile and a half into Iowa County. Ain't very far. We had some cattle get out down there years ago. Had a good finding.
Well, that's why I haven't been posting those. I mean, she still sends them to us.
Yeah, I haven't heard much about the WMA that they're trying to get running here.
I know.
You know, she gives a report once a month, and
Does she do that at the EasyCog meeting?
yeah, I got that information in the vehicle outside, but.
It's so quiet.
All right, Sue, what do you got for us?
I have an amended performance review policy. Suggestion, which basically just changes one sentence. Just a second, I can balance myself in. So to paragraph, third paragraph from the bottom, where it says the review of, department supervisors. Basically, the suggestion, that's sentence is new. So it used to read, the review of department supervisors will be done by the Board of Supervisors in collaboration with the HR director. Elected officials will be exempt from having a formal review done. And my suggestion here is the review of department supervisors, except for those appointed by a separate board or commission, will be done by the Board of Supervisors in collaboration with the HR director. So it's, since we have those department heads that report to another, or have another board that also oversees them, and they're already doing that annual one, this was just a suggestion so that they're not duplicating, getting reviews. And Ray had looked up some Iowa code related to this as well, so he kind of helped me modify this to be more in line with how the code recommends that. Am I missing anything on that, Ray?
No, there wasn't an issue with employees, but apparently two different members of outside boards objected to them not being able to do the evaluations and you guys doing them. So I researched it, and the code clearly says that that's their responsibility to evaluate those people.
It's the appointed board's responsibility,
Yes,
right?
yep, and that's what this is, this is acknowledging.
So that would include, yeah, conservation, VA,
Public health,
public health, assessor.
those four people.
They would have, their outside board would do it, so they would be removed from your list to review annually.
Could we ask to see those after they're reviewed?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so there's no reason you can't, no?
Yep, absolutely.
So the ones we are going to review are going to be,
Would be your maintenance person, would be myself, would be IT, would be secondary roads.
Darren?
Aaron, yeah.
Darren has a
Sanitary.
commission,
Yep,
doesn't he?
Yes.
Advisory board. Advisory.
IRM, totally different.
Okay,
So you do
so
Barb.
just like Barb is, she's in two different departments.
So you'd still do one for the part of her job that pertains to
Sure.
Yeah, so
land use.
we'd still do Barb, right?
you'd still
Right.
do Barb,
Yeah.
and you'd still do Sarah. And Mona.
Okay,
We would not do Kara, right?
Right.
no?
Correct. Oh, you'd still do Dean. You'd have
And,
transportation still.
yeah, yep.
You wanna do Larry?
Correct,
Grace, you wouldn't do her either, right?
correct.
Right. And Shelby.
And Scott Hansen, I mean EMS.
Yep.
Those five.
Yeah, we don't do Scott.
Correct.
Yeah, okay. So there's 9 of them we would do.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.
No, 9.
You got Barb, you got Ben, you got Darren, you got Dean.
Okay, you got Rick and
Rick,
Sue.
yep, I missed that one.
Did you get Sue?
Yep,
Ben?
yep,
Myron?
yep,
Darren?
yep,
Barb?
yep,
Sarah?
yep.
Mona?
Okay, Sarah's not on the list, okay. Yep,
Mona and Dean.
yep, okay.
There's 9. Okay, so you need a motion to approve this?
Yes. Yeah, just that revision of that one sentence.
All right, that's my motion, is that we revise this.
Okay,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
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 How many of them are not back?
What's that?
Are there any that are not back?
Nope, you have them all, just all emails.
I'll send you on.
I thought you guys were gonna give them all to me today.
Yeah, it ain't gonna
Who
happen.
didn't do their homework?
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Don't have to tell me twice to hold off.
Oh, yeah. Well, I
That's
didn't
what your
want you to-
email said.
Didn't want you to do work that wasn't necessary, because I know you're all busy.
I'll forward it back to you when I got them.
Okay, sounds good. And I did find out the availability of those, if we want to get those scheduled. I know your goal was to do them all in one day, but staff are not available on the same day, so you might have to split them up.
Rainy day. Oh,
Oh, we're not gonna do them, huh?
Yeah, when does it rain?
Jeez.
When he's in,
Somebody said we're 14 inches, I think it was Eric down at the landfill, said we're short 14 inches of moisture.
wow, is that gonna affect like the frost in the ground since it's not moist and
Yep.
all that?
Yep.
Thanks.
it's gonna go deep.
Sure hope we don't get it made up in snowfall.
They had a company, you know, they're doing seeding,
Mm-hmm.
since you've been down there, and they rolled a tractor, that company did,
Yeah,
Thursday.
no kidding.
They had a roller.
How many times it go?
I don't know. It was good enough that they brought another tractor in Friday morning, and the guy says, I ain't driving it.
Well, at least he was around to say he wasn't driving it.
He had a seatbelt on and he had a roll bar, so, but that would not be fun.
We got a place down in Iowa County where you don't take the cart. Because you can't get it out once you load it. Unless you unhook the other cart, hook a chain up.
Thank you.
Now, you don't want the reviews, you should have a copy of them anyway that you sent us.
Yes, yep. Tracy gets an A for the day.
Attaboy.
Overachiever.
No, I'm hoping to be farming this week, not a supervisor.
Say you took off work yesterday to do it.
Pays when you got 2 people. Myron, did he hear from vacation?
Yeah, I've gotten some emails, I know he's back.
Okay.
He's probably a little crazed from being gone.
So
Yeah.
he was adjusting to the time zone. Recalibrating back to.
Must be rough, huh?
I know, I don't feel bad for him at all.
A difficult problem to deal with.
Cry, cry. Next time, take us all.
How many time zones is it off?
I'm not good with geography, I don't know.
I'm gonna say they're almost like a 12-hour difference.
I thought it was quite a few.
Where'd you go?
Oh,
Rumford just got back.
It's like 7 hours difference from California.
What's that?
so-
Our retired pastor just got back there from 30 days. Here's where he's gonna actually retire.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh my
he's
gosh.
gonna go in the winter time, spend the winter there, and then
Come
back
back.
to Iowa.
Hi,
Hi,
welcome back.
thanks.
Look at that tan.
He did bring in one of
Could
those
have done that from
flower.
here pretty easily, it
Blaze.
sounds like.
It's pretty nice here, pretty warm.
It's gonna change. It's gonna be down to like 30 degrees in a couple days.
I didn't hear that. Wow.
Yeah, 50s and the high on
At
Saturday.
night.
Secretary Rhodes has equipment operator, runs the Norway maintainer. Cody Madison will have his year in next Tuesday. So I have a resolution for his wage and classification change that would go into effect next Tuesday. His pay would increase to $27.73. His labor grade classification will change from a 4B to a 4D. Sue has reviewed this resolution, and I know they'll come through her moving forward, but she did tell me this morning this was all right to go ahead and present to you this morning, so.
Okay.
If it meets with your approval, it's a resolution, I ask you to take action on it, we can get it into the payroll packet system.
Make a motion that we change Cody Matson's classification and wage.
Second.
By resolution,
Primer, aye.
Beer shake aye.
Team and I.
There's two of them there, if you don't mind signing both.
How many hours off is it between here and Hawaii?
5
Oh, that's not
I was
bad.
thinking more like 8 or 12, I didn't,
5 a.m. at the moment.
you should still be
So-
sleeping.
Yes, that's what happens when your phone is still there. Work-related stuff, it goes off at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. What happened 2 weeks ago Monday, I'm like,
Wasn't us, we didn't bother you.
no.
It might have been me. I
No.
still send him emails.
Well, those that can go silent, you know,
Yeah,
and you
that's
read
true.
those,
That's true.
although when I read them at 10 o'clock in the morning, it's like almost quitting time here. And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, is it, if it was something that was needed first thing in the morning, the day's over.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
I think my body's still on that time schedule, because I've had trouble falling asleep the last 3 nights in a row.
That takes a while.
We gotta discuss
Thank you.
21830 now.
You got more things, Jeff.
I've got a couple of consultants working on some bridges. One title sheet that is ready for supervisor approval and signature is a bridge replacement on 63rd Street. It'd be between 21st Avenue and 21st Avenue Drive, just southwest of Benton here. It's gonna be a short 50-foot slab bridge to be put in. getting the plans all put together. Final plans are 99% complete to get things in here later this month for the DOT letting in January. Hopefully I have 4 more bridge sets to bring to you between next week or the following week that additional bridges that are planning on the January letting. A couple of them have right-of-way acquisition, which is one of the items we've got here to do next. I've got 4 property owners on 2 different projects, and I've got 1 paperwork back on 1 of the 4. The other, or 2 of the bridges needed right away, 2 of them didn't. But this title sheet, if I can get action to approve the plan set and sign them this morning, I would get a signature from all 3 of you for this title sheet.
I remembered my notary stamp too.
So moved.
I will second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That line.
Alright, you don't need to send me the document, I'm typing it.
Good enough?
in.
Yep.
Okay. That's good, because the way the day's going already this morning, I'll forget.
You're fine. This one's easy.
You got some easements too yet, Myron?
On 17th Avenue, north of Keystone,
There are 2 bridges between 66th Street Drive, I think, and 68th Street that I'm working on. Is it Tom Kaiser? Lives in the middle there. He's got a bridge embargo to the north and to the south.
I'm working on both of those bridges. We need right of way for both bridges. One is gonna be a box culvert. The one to the north would be a twin box culvert replacement, that'll work. The one to the south would be a bridge. To the north, and one of the property owners is Rosie Klein. I sent right-of-way information out before I went on vacation. I got stuff back from her. Signed a temporary easement and a permanent easement for that project. I had talked with the assessor's office and got some land sales in that western part of the county. I think there were 6 or 7 of them. I took the average of all of them, treated them the same. And $20,000, $25 per acre is what I was using for acquisition. The permanent easements that we were needing at the bridges were actually in the floodplain, so standard practice is to apply 50% on floodplain information. So 50% of that $20,000 for the permanent easement, and then 10% for a temporary easement, just for the need of some additional ground where the project is going on for the year. Rosie Klein had 21/100ths of an acre of permanent easement needed and 29/100ths of an acre of temporary easement needed. $2,683.35 was the total of both of those added together.
If you're okay with that, I need action by the board to approve that and then have the chairman's signature notarized on the purchase agreement.
So moved. I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Sign above the quick, give it to Haley.
everybody was trying to get a hold of me this morning when you called earlier. I gathered from a little bit of what I was listening online is that we can talk more about it later on, as well as if they get a hold of me, I can learn some more too, so.
Okay.
I don't know if you got his contact information. If not, I'm sure
Yes,
he'll
I
be
do.
you. Okay.
Yes, I do.
Change the date on the resolution to Thursday.
Yeah, it was a busy day yesterday. That's all I had for action on you, but I heard Gary saying I did see something on the agenda about signage or something.
Yeah, I got about
30.
I got about 4 things that I gotta go over with you, but I see we're on a timed item now, Myron, so maybe I'll touch just a little bit on all 4.
Okay.
And if you want to, I will come out and we'll visit you at, later this afternoon or this week. One thing was brought to my attention while you were gone, the lot numbers north of town here for the cabins and all that. It was supposedly agreed on, the numbers and all that, and what I was told was dropped on you that you were gonna order the numbers for the new cabins, the new lots. So it hasn't been ordered yet, the numbers?
No.
Get them ordered, okay? Get that started. The other thing is that, you remember back, you acquired some ground on 67th Street and 13th Avenue. I believe it was from an Anderson. I'll let you look at some of this
Okay.
later on. The assessor wants to know, do we need that ground anymore? Because there's no bridge there or anything. I don't know why the county ended up purchasing that. And I can give you $590. You get better eyes than I got. That parcel in the square.
590, 160, 800.
I'll let you look that up, and if we don't need that ground for any reason, I don't foresee why we end up purchasing. Maybe you can figure that out. Looks like maybe cleaning the ditch out or something, I don't know.
I'll look into it.
Okay, and then the last thing of the 3 is that there was a couple accidents that you should get a hold of the state, and going south down 218, you get over the viaduct at the 30 intersection, there's no signage saying that the highway quits.
You know, the pavement.
That's
ends
down at
kind of
Highway
thing.
30.
And we had 2 bad accidents here in the last 10 days, 2 weeks. So I was asked to look into this, and I said, well, it's a state problem, that the state should have some signage there saying that pavement ends, or,
Yeah,
that's it.
all right.
I'll talk to you later then about this.
Okay.
That'll give you some time to, as if you ain't got nothing to do, catch up. All righty?
All right,
Thank you.
all right, thank you.
Okay, Sue.
So I would like to request to go into closed session pursuant to Iowa Code 21.51C to discuss strategy with counsel and matters that are presently in litigation or where litigation is imminent, where its disclosure would likely to prejudice or disadvantage the position of the governmental body in that litigation.
So moved.
And seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So the light's supposed to go out?
It's just been, it says camera was shut down, okay.
And this update, right? Sorry, but you're fine.